What's going on, guys? So I want to get new grips on this because this Gsxr 1000R at 52 is not the most comfortable, so why not try a new pair of grips? So I already went on the clutch side and replaced this guy, and pretty darn simple. I saw some videos saying, why didn't you show the throttle side, because it was more challenging, but all I had to do for this was remove the bar end. I had to go and buy a 10mm Allen. So you remove this guy, you take a razor blade, you carefully, which matches the bike, you carefully make a little slit. I didn't really care about keeping these grips, and cut them off. And then I cleaned up the GUI with some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel and made sure they were nice and clean. And all I did is simply pour a little into the grip, and it went on pretty darn easily. Made sure that the blue, the foam part, was positioned in the right way for my hand, and took a little compressed air, blew out everything to make sure there was nothing in there, but it was only alcohol anyway, it would have dried out, and I put back the bar end. So there's that. So let's go over here to the throttle side, which is, for me, the most uncomfortable for riding this bike. For some reason, my wrists are not the greatest anymore after surgeries and all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and take this, put it into the bar end. I use rubber gloves because you get better grip. I'm gonna hold this to make sure, in case it slips, it doesn't scratch my bike. And let's break the bar end off. So, takes a lot of pressure. So here, let's try this again. Okay. We're gonna go up a little higher. I'm always hesitant because I don't want to go too crazy with it. So let's go ahead and push down, and there we go. So now we broke the bar end loose. I can push this mirror over here to have a little bit more clearance. Make sure you can see. Yeah, it takes a little bit of force to get this one off. Okay. The other one, for some reason, came off easier. This one feels like I gotta fight it the entire way. And we'll see what happens when we cut this grip off. But this grip, for some reason, I always feel like I feel it right here. I don't know if it's because my hands have been through a lot over the years and I'm not 30 anymore. I'm now 52. But regardless, I got these Pro grips. They are the Pro Grip Soft Touch. I believe they are the 719s, open end, black blue. So I'll put a link below for those who may be interested. Okay. This guy definitely takes a little work. Now it's coming off a lot easier. And then make sure we don't drop the bar end. And voila, bar end is off. So step one, bar end. Step two, take a good X-Acto razor, and we're gonna start by cutting and making a little, let me see if I can get a little closer. There we go. Hopefully I don't block it with my hand. Okay. So I'm just gonna make a little slit at the top. Careful not to scratch anything. And you just start pulling towards you. I'm barely even pushing pressure to make sure I don't scratch. Not like it really matters, it'll be covered. And that's it. So I guess the trickier part is that there's a little seal that has to go on this inside part. So that's maybe where the trickery comes into play. See how that, can you see that? Here, wait, let me put down the X-Acto blade. So this has that little insert kind of thing. It's hard to show. Anyway, there's like a little insert part that has to go on this side. And just so you're aware too, the thicker diameter grip will go on the throttle side. So there's that. Now, hopefully I didn't get in over my head. I shouldn't have. We're gonna grab the new grip. I don't know, maybe that grip doesn't have to do that because this one doesn't have anything like that. I'm gonna take a little compressed air. We'll see what happens. I don't know how badly you can mess this up, but if there's a will, there's a way. I can do it. So I'm gonna take a little alcohol. I'm gonna clean this. So make sure there's nothing on there. I'm gonna take compressed air. Okay, so let's see what happens. So I'm gonna take some of this and I'm simply gonna pour it inside and be liberal with it. So lots of alcohol, and okay, this one is not going on as smoothly. It also looks like it's a teeny different diameter, which I'm hoping it's not, because that will suck. So maybe there's that lip that you have to get over initially. And hopefully, let me get a little bit more of this guy on there. I'm gonna hold a paper towel. So maybe having a towel over here is a good idea. And then I am going to try to twist on. There we go. So it's starting to go. I'm going to put a little bit more alcohol on here. I really don't like doing these videos sometimes because it takes really full concentration to figure something out sometimes. So I'm twisting towards me, so I'm not twisting the throttle side. It's taking a lot of love. Whew. Okay, put a little bit more on there. And let's hope that we can twist further. I'm kind of twisting with both hands right now. Trying to get the grip fully on. Okay. Close but no cigar. It's like getting a tight condom on or something. Okay. So I see what they mean, that there's a little part that may need to get over the grip. So I'm really, shit, I ripped it, god damn it. So that sucks. So that's a fail mission. Maybe I can somehow get it on and salvage it for the moment. Let me see. Make sure it's in the right position. I feel like it needs to be turned a little bit more. Even a little bit more. Okay. I think that feels about right. And then there's this little lip that I think has to, I don't know what it will do if it's not perfectly seated. That definitely was not very graceful. Let me twist it a little bit more while I can. Okay. I want to make sure the majority of my hand, I think that's good, minus the rip, but maybe we won't notice the rip. The grip is on. Let's put the bar end on. There's still a little piece that needs to kind of seat over this. There we go. So that's seated over this. So let's go ahead and put the bar end back on. That definitely was not as easy as the clutch side. The clutch side was super cakewalk. This is requiring more elbow grease and more finesse. Okay. You get your workout. Jesus. I'm using leverage. And there we have it. So, bar end successfully installed, grip successfully installed, and that only took 15 minutes. So, sorry for the long video, but that's the reality of getting that guy on, and it did rip slightly, so I'll see what happens with it. I may have to buy another set, but at least I figured it out kind of on my own, and that's how you learn. So, aloha guys, hope this helps. Ride safe.